listening to everybody is a great spiritual practice. We rarely listen to others. We always want to listen to our own voice. We speak to ourselves as if we are the greatest. But listening to others' experiences is the most important spiritual practice. As important as your own meditation practice. In Pyramid Spiritual Society movement, this expression of experience and listening to experience is very, very vital. That is the most important part of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement. You must listen to everybody, deeply, totally, without interfering, without reservations. You must learn to listen deeply to every person. This is, in itself is a great spiritual practice. The most noble spiritual practice is the ability to listen to others totally until they finish whatever they want to say. This is called Sajjana Sangatya. Trijagati Sajjana Sangati Reka Bhavati Bhavanyava Tarane Nauka. If you want to go away from suffering, you have to listen to others' experience. How they overcome their suffering. Then you overcome your suffering. Everybody's story is the same. Suffering and coming out of suffering. The story is the same. So, when you hear others' experiences, you relate to the story of how people create suffering and how they come out of suffering. And when you are listening to somebody, your mind is empty. You are practicing meditation when you are listening. Your mind is not working. Your mind is only absorbing. Your mind is not criticizing. Your mind is not commenting. You are only receiving, you are absorbing. Listening to others' experience in life is the most important spiritual practice. That's why I always give the maximum importance to people coming here and expressing their experiences. And all the people listening to them. Dhyana, Swadhyaya, Sajjana Sangatya. 3 things. Lot of dhyana. When you are alone, when nobody is around, you do meditation. When you are alone and books are there, read the books. When you are with others, listen to them. Ask them questions. What are you? Who are you? What are you doing? How did you come out of suffering? So when you are with people, you must listen to people. When there are no people around, you must listen to yourself. Or read from the books. Dhyana, Mattu Swadhyaya, Mattu Sajjana Sangatya. 3 things. It is through Sajjana Sangatya that you learn about meditation and Swadhyaya. When you meet people, they tell you, oh, there is a Pyramid Valley, go there. Oh, there is a book, Autobiography of a Yogi, read that. So that information comes from Sajjana Sangatya. Among these 3, Sajjana Sangatya is number 1. You meet people, then you get new ideas, new knowledge, new information, new wisdom.
Good morning, good afternoon, and a wonderful evening, dear friends and masters. I'm Sonal Doshi, and I get to be the privilege, and I'm honored to be the host again. They say that you should always close the loop when you start. So I was fortunate to be there at the start and here again with all of you to not close, but to finish the circle of our first circle of infinite loops that we're going to have together for learning and spiritual growth. Welcome, friends, for day 37. And what a wonderful journey it has been. So heartwarming to see all of you enjoying, thriving, and reaching out to each other. The video was so wonderful. We have two great masters today with us for guest sharing after the meditation. So we'll get to listen to their wisdom. So be prepared with your questions and answers. And as all of you know, Chandra sir is traveling. So he's going to be joining us soon after the meditation. And I am fortunate to share with you with the new concept of, I'm sure all of you who have joined before and teaching, we all want to talk about the Ikigai. As we're talking about purpose, this time of the week, we have known that by doing daily meditation practice, of course, we all have goals that why we joined here, right? Whether you needed that healing or whether you wanted to expand in your spirituality, wanted to deepen your practices, whether you wanted to manifest, whatever it may be. But by doing daily meditation, it'll give you a lot of clarity of what needs to first happen in your life in order for you to feel happy and joyful. And as we talk about and delve into the deeper concept of, Sir talked about purpose. I don't think before joining this 40 days program, I knew what my purpose is, and I'm still learning and still evolving. Because usually growing up as a woman, as a man, we think, okay, we grow up, we be a student, we get a job, we get married, we try to do our best, which is great. That's all part of dharmas, right? That is all part of our duties. But at the same time, why is it some part of the world, if you look up, it's one of the recommended books, we'll start the presentation with you in a little bit, but it talks about in some part of the world, people are living to be 100 years old. What is their secret? It's not that they have everything. And I think most of us, who's come to that life, we have seen that by acquiring the job, yeah, it's great. It's a great experience to, reach all your goals, but that's not going to make you happy. And most of us who are into, at the career where my daughter has graduated and, I am at the pinnacle of my career, did it really make me happy, making the money that I'm making? So we all know that, yes, we need to be ambitious, we need to achieve our goals. But at the same time, there is more than that. That's going to buy you comfort, but it's not going to make you happy, right? Nobody taught us in school how to be happy. We were all taught about success, being, getting that A grade and being successful. So I think, my sister who's doing this program asked me too that what is my purpose, Sonal? And I said, I'm learning that too every day. It changes depending on where you are. But with that, it is something, it's a beautiful meditation by, it says, who am I? You start asking those deeper questions that who am I? Where am I going? What's my life purpose? And these are all big questions. And now that you are this ahead in the game here, I'm sure that'll resonate everything that Sir is teaching us today, So does that mean that we have to have it? It's not. But the reason to talk about the Ikigai, we can also say Ikigai. So we have to learn to pronounce. It's a Japanese concept. It's called Ikigai, which means it's a reason of being. Where you meet your passion with your mission, where you're waking up to that wow factor every morning, that wow, my life is so great. I see that all the time, and I meet my mother, who's 86 years old in India. She lives by herself. We are four daughters, so we of course feel responsible, right? But when I see her, it's like instead of me supporting her, she's supporting us. She's like, oh, don't worry, I'm here. So her mission in life is to support all her four daughters. So she is living to the fullest zest, wakes up every morning, not fearful of anything. So I learned, we learn so much with our environment for the people around. And with that, let me bring up a slide presentation so that visual will help also. So there we go. So just to sum up the purpose that Sir talked about, moving forward, I think this is one of the recommended books also, in our list of books. This book is, talks about a lot in detail about Ikigai, so it talks about, as I said, it's a Japanese concept from Okinawa. It is a place in Japan where people live to be in hundreds. They're like living more than 100 years old. And what is their secret? So the secret is that what is their secret of long and happy life besides just the environment? It's because they're living to the fullest their passion and mission together. Of course, it talks a lot more in detail about, like when you say combine, there's no concept of, like retirement. In today, you'd see when people are stressed, working 9 to 5 jobs, they say, oh, I'm so done. I'm so done. I can't wait to retire. So when you realize that when you're living your purpose to the fullest with the mission, there's no retirement, because you're waking up to what you love to do. And for us, the best example is, we all have experienced our dear Chandra sir. You can see that he's in Dubai doing the program, coming back to doing this, and then he's in Delhi, waking up to that jest. You can see his passion. You can see his mission. He found his mission when it was the pinnacle of his career in IT field. Yes, he could go on and make more money and do all of it, which he also is doing. But at the same time, aligning to the higher purpose for what we are born, because he wants to make everyone, learn meditation. He wants everyone to live our lives to the fullest. How we can rise above our three-dimensional reality and understand why are we here? What is the purpose that we are here? So that's a first example of, the passion and mission together, what you love to do, right? Because he has a mission. We have Buddha's CEO mission that we've talked about, that what is the mission? And you can see his passion every single day. He's available for everyone. Never once that I've known him for 3.5 years that I've heard that I'm tired or I cannot do this. So it is such a great mentor for me, and that's what has made me come here today. I remember the first program when I came, I was, just meeting the lines, like, okay, I got to be here. I got to be here. That's all it was. And now, I've learned so much and learning so much from him. So thank you, Chandra sir, forever. And it doesn't have to be anything big. If you're lucky that if you can do your profession, along with your passion, great. But you'll see the research shows that 50% of the millennials have the side hustle, we call it. Side hustle, yeah, that makes you, if it makes you more money, you love what you do. And we have the great example here, Neha Sharma. She's one of our youngest master who did this program. And, as a part of the coach program, she started teaching. And then she realized that she loves doing these videos, and now she's volunteering at the back end, making content videos and doing so much of work. So she is trying to find her Ikigai along with all of her daily routine and the life purpose. So I just thought I'd share, the people that we know that we work with, people that's around us. And I have seen, so many people, like you'll see that we'll say that, oh, I have a friend who has a green thumb. Somehow I just don't do well with plants. But at her place, no matter what she touches, it becomes green. How is that? Is, how Sir says, where your attention goes, that's where your energy flows. So if you have that passion that, wow, I love what I'm doing, and it's always great. And that's one of the reasons he says that once you're emotionally stronger, mentally in a right place, you have clarity of what is important to you in life. And we don't have that fear that, okay, what will I do if I lose my job? Even though you're not happy, you are literally, dragging yourself to get through everything, is because we don't understand that once we find that passion and mission, we have that Ikigai in our life, we are going to be so much more happier. Because you love what you do, you don't realize the time. When you love what you do, then even if it's 10 or 12 hours, it doesn't matter. And, I love designing, I love, collaborating with people. And of course, as all of you know, I'm in healthcare. So I be creative with my patients in doing whatever I'm doing. But I started doing, small altars at a Satya Sai center. Then it ended up being in a community. Then I started doing, somebody's 16th birthday and a Mendi function and a wedding. As you know, in the United States, your neighbors and your friends are your family first. So I have a great friend who also has this similar passion. You know how they say the same vibrations, attract each other. So his name is Dr. Raghu. He also has amazing passion for designing and decorating, and he's also a ER physician. So for both of us, we love what we do to our patients because we love that we can give them healing, we can give them that mental support in addition to our work. But on the side, we started doing these events, and then all our friends approached us and said, why don't you do this professionally? You'll make so much money. And then, we didn't say nothing. We just smiled and say, sure. But what we realized and we discussed is this is not what we're doing for money. This is for joy. This is what we love to do. And, and when you do that for money, it takes away that joy. I mean, of course, if somebody, wants us to do and we have time in life someday, we may do that, consider it. But with our full-fledged career that we already have, and I never realized, that I would love teaching. I started Thrive program in Gujarati through Sir's guidance. And I wasn't sure at the time. And first or second time, I realized that how much it gave me that inner satisfaction of who really I am. In addition to, you also realize that how much you have internalized all the concept that we're learning, because there's always a first time, right? You're exposed, you learn, and then you grow, and then you realize, whatever is not serving you, you're working on your limited beliefs. And of course, I had all of those too, and I'm still working on it. Oh, I don't think I can talk in Gujarati. Oh, I don't think I'm a good talker. So there's all these limitations that we grew up around, right? Then if nothing works out, we say, oh, we have no time. We're very busy. Right. So one thing, that's the first thing I learned, is what we love and what we want to do, we're never busy for it. Right. So I just thought, when you meditate regularly, along with all the benefits that we've talked about, right? Emotional benefits, your emotional intelligence, your creativity, your frontal cortex, expands. You have new neural connections. A lot of things that you thought you couldn't do it, you'll be able to do it because now you have that clarity. And I thought this is, we've used this for such a long time. And every time I look at this slide and I feel, wow, growing up, I did a lot of paintings. It just is something that very close to me. So this is this woman who just paints, it doesn't have to be anything big. All she does is goes and paints everybody's home, and you can see the detailing. And all of you also have known Chandra Sridharan, she's one of our St. Louis master. And along with teaching, she teaches Sunday school here, and she loves painting. So anytime she's sitting in a meeting or anytime she's sitting on any events, she's always finds a way to paint. In her notes, also the corners, she'll be making pictures. And so she sees art in everything. She can just sit and start creating. And that is why I can see that she also lives by herself. She's in late 70s. She wakes up to the zest in life because she has that passion, and she has a mission that she wants to spread this. So even now, she went and joined this Chinese painting classes where she's learning more, creating, selling those pictures, and then whatever money comes, she sends it for donation. So, you don't have to have all answers at one time. As long as we know that we love what we do, it doesn't have to be anything big. It could be the pots in your home and you just start painting them. Because first of all, you're learning, right? As Brahmashri Patriji says, the purpose of life is to learn, be satisfied first, enjoy, be happy, and do service. If you don't know the purpose, you don't know what the Ikigai means, why we're introducing this concept is when that way you realize that there is so much more in life to do. But when can we do that? When we don't have that depression, when we don't have that anxiety, when we don't have that fear, fear of being judged, fear of loss, right? So once you do daily meditation, Sajjan Sangatya, and read those books, you will truly feel empowered, and you will slowly and steadily, find, purpose. Slowly and steadily, you'll start aligning within. And you'll find the Ikigai, because the most important thing, first and foremost, we all owe that to ourselves, is that we have come on this earth to be happy, to learn, to grow, right? And all of that together will, so I just thought this was something so profound, where you can see that what satisfaction and how beautiful is that. And you can see her right here, where she's doing that. And you'll see that even in olden days where people's life were not mentally this occupied as it is today, they did live, much longer because number one, they had a peaceful mental life. So with that, friends, what I really want to summarize really is, let me stop sharing this first.
It stopped, man.
Yeah. Just 1 second. I'm just adjusting my side of it here. So, friends, we hope that after the program of 40 days is over, you're more aligned with the daily practice to Ikigai. And, if you want to read the book by Hector Garcia, it's one of the greatest book which talks in detail the 5 concepts of, when you are reading that book, people read a lot of summaries and it's great, but when you're reading that book, you'll realize that subconsciously you're learning those concepts, you're questioning that what is my purpose? What do I love to do? That's what you ask yourself. What do I love to do? And then you'll realize that I have the same job. I have all the responsibilities, and how am I able to do so much more, such as read books, be here with all of you and spend time, and so much more, is because, I'm first and foremost proud to say I'm a daily meditator. The day I am not happier or a little, occupied, or where I feel I'm not having time, I know that I need to sit and meditate. So with that, I think we'll start with our meditation, friends. So let's start our group breath mindfulness meditation together. Kiran, so we are ready. So all of you, please take a comfortable position. I'm sure everybody knows what to do, but those of you who are joining first time, clasp your fingers, cross your hands, take a relaxing position, close your eyes. If you're wearing glasses, please remove it. And so fortunate to be with all of you and in this group energy. With that, we'll start our meditation. Thank you so much, friends.
Dear friends, dear masters, with specs removed, eyes closed, with your hands over your chest area, and resting your attention on your loving heart. Take a slow, relaxing breath and feel your heart center. Feel the seed of all emotions. Nurturing all life. With its energies of compassion, kindness, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your past, or simply imagine yourself experiencing something that moves you into a higher emotion? Touch a flower, hug a tree, play with a child. Serving and helping somebody who is in need. Whatever that may be, dear friend, that moves you into a higher emotion, imagine and feel that energy. The more you experience this energy of love, of joy, the more coherent you become. The more you go into acceptance of things. The more connected you become. And allow yourself to direct this energy onto everything and everyone on this planet to help them heal. Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Relive that moment and radiate that energy. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. So, your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. when you observe your breath, the mind becomes less and less of thought. You experience greater calmness inside of you, all around you. become aware of the emptiness inside of you, all around you, as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy, the field limitless possibilities. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that energy, the more the longer you stay aware of this emptiness, this energy, the more focused you become, the more coherent you become. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath. Merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self. The longer you stay aware, This is your divine self, this greater mind. Everybody and everything is connected in this field of energy. The more you stay aware of this emptiness, nothingness, emerging to this energy, the more connected you become. The more one you become. Friends, it's truly an honor and privilege to be experiencing this life at this time of history. Can you express gratitude? To all things and everyone. Your gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, to your family, friends, colleagues. gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the system, the company, the governments, and to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then open your eyes.
Hello, sir. Welcome. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Sonal Madam.
It was, thank you. I hope I kept up to your expectations.
I have no expectations.
I know that's the beauty about you. Thank you.
And you speak from your experience, so it has to be always right. Wonderful. Yes, so we have sharing today. I wanted
Yes,
to make sure that I'm there for sharing.
yes, yes, sir.
Thanks for doing this.
Yes, sir. We have Dr. Suchi Mehra with us.
Yes.
So I'll introduce her. Welcome, ma'am. So a little, about our first master today. So Dr. Shuchi Mehra, she's a professor and a head of the department at the Chandigarh Group of Colleges. Her spiritual path has transformed her as an educator from inside out, resulting in improved personal well-being with a more impactful and a meaningful style. She promotes empathy, self-awareness. So she promotes empathy, self-awareness, and purpose, all of which are necessary for students' holistic development and creation of healthy and enriching learning environment. Welcome, Suchi ma'am. Over to you. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, a very good morning here. And I'm here at the beautiful campus, so enjoying this greenery around. And I think it's really very important to be an early bird, because you really get very good positive vibes also. So that's the message I always give to my students also. In fact, to everyone, that you should actually be, don't be a late riser and try to start your day as early as possible, so that the whole day is yours. You'll always be energetic. And that's why it's really very important to meditate, especially in the morning time, because when your mind is fresh, you can plan your day accordingly. You really get a lot of positive vibes. You also feel good about yourself, and you're highly energetic about, doing everything in a very zealful manner. So this is something which is really very important, and I really want to show that how important it is to be spiritual also. Like I've always been, it has been more than 2 decades since I've been practicing meditation. Even when I was in Bangalore or wherever I've been to abroad also, here, everywhere. And since I've been in this education field, where it is really very important to have to do the mindful activities, and you really need to be very calm, and so it's really important that you should be always relaxed, as you have to handle the students, and they really need a lot of care, as well as every day you have some different situation, and you really need to handle them maturely. So when you know what your reaction would be, how you have to handle this situation, you're always prepared. You keep yourself cool all the time. So this is really very important when you meditate regularly. So it's really very important to balance your mind with your body. Many times your body wants to do a lot of things, but your mind stops just because you are surrounded with, or you have imbibed a lot of negativity around. So that's the message I want to convey. And since I have been practicing it, and I really want to thank Chandra sir also, who has given me this opportunity where I actually could promote meditation to nationwide also, even globally also. That's the message, common message, which I am trying to spread, that don't neglect your health and your mind, because it's really very important. It's an asset. You can get everything, but you just can't get a healthy mind and healthy body like this. So keep practicing yoga, keep doing all these regular breathing exercises. It really makes you feel better. And I keep encouraging my students also, and that's why we always develop all these mindful and meaningful, all these activities and these value-based programs also, so that students should always be encouraged. They should not be demotivated just because if they miss some opportunity, or they are not getting what they actually wanted to do. Still, there are a lot of opportunities, but they really need to be positive about themselves, and they really need to take their aspirations also in such a level what they actually can meet. It's not like they don't need to stretch out unnecessarily just because they are expected to do all this. So don't neglect your health, don't neglect your passion also. But at the same time, it's really very important that you should always be relaxed, because when you're relaxed, you can do 1,000 things. But if you're puzzled, always get some kind of anxiety, and you're depressed, then even if you're capable to do a lot of things, you're just not able to do any of them. So keep taking yourself seriously, and always love yourself, pamper yourself, and give time to yourself, because it's really very important. And now normally children think that in the middle age only all these meditation is needed, and in the so that's
what are your personal experiences? What are your personal experience of meditation?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to share. As an educator, it has helped me a lot all throughout. And now children keep saying, there are always different type of teachers, but students always say, ma'am, when we come to your class, we always get some kind of positive vibes. And how these vibes come? Just because I meditate, and because I also try to bring all this positivity in myself, and that reflects. And so it's really very important to be positive about yourself. You really need to have a positive thinking, positive views about everything, about yourself, about everyone, whosoever is around you, or whichever situation you are in. And and as a person, yes, it has transferred. Earlier, of course, I always used to feel that, I have always been quite impatient. And immediately I want to see the results. And things take time. I've understood of late that things don't just happen by your way only. So you really need to be a little patient also. But at the same time, you really need to keep working hard also. So don't give up like this, but always be relaxed and
So
cool.
how
You
is
will get
meditation
everything.
helping you in working hard?
Yeah. So it's really
Does-
very important. Sorry, sir.
Does meditation help you in working long hours? How does
Yes,
it
yes.
help?
During my I would say the academic days when I was doing my research time with the PhD and all this, we have stretched like for 20, like I would say we hardly used to sleep. Even when we are sleeping for 2 hours or 3 hours, or when we are on field also, things were just running on our mind that what next we have to do. So that tension is always there in your mind. You are always a little confused and you have a lot of worries and concerns. But if you are a little positive, that okay, things are falling in our place. Now we just have to do next. This is done, what next? So always prepare your day accordingly and keep working hard towards it. Make sure that whatever you planned for today, that should all be done today. So even if you work whether for 18 hours or 20 hours or 30, 24 hours also, it's fine. So, but you really need to take it in a positive way, that why you are only stretching around. Come on, it's natural.
Positive and negative are there really?
Sorry.
Positive and negative are they really there?
Yes, I don't think so. There's anything negative about it. Nothing. Though I think everything is positive. Positive. It depends on your perception, how you take it as. I have always been positive about my work, about myself, about everything. So I take it everything in a positive way. So it depends how you perceive. So I love my work. I love my people. I love everything around me. So that's the reason that children also feel the same. That if ma'am comes, we always feel positive about ourselves, themselves also, and they also feel quite motivated. That okay, she's our teacher. I'm not a motivational speaker, but how children get motivated just because they see that maybe I've imbibed all this positivity in myself. And over all these years of experience and all these situations what I've gone through, that has actually made me more positive about everything. So it depends how you take it as.
Thank you. How did meditation help you in overcome challenges?
All these challenges, like being woman, of course, there were a lot of challenges. I won't deny that. But being, I would say, firm, that would only be possible through meditation only. If you're determined that yes, today this is my day that I have to work I have to perform all these things, my task and everything. Come what may, you will do, provided you promise yourself that okay, I need to give some time to myself and some to other things also. So that my time should not be sacrificed just for other things. Because unless you don't make yourself stronger, your mind, your body stronger, you can't meet other challenges. So challenges will always be there, no matter which profession you are in or what post you join in. Even if you reach the highest in levels, the challenges would always be there. You always have to prove yourselves. But meditation keeps your mind cool. And it always makes a balance. You're always able to balance your mind with your body. Many times your body wants to do a lot of things, but your mind stops. And many times your mind wants to do a lot of things, but your body doesn't allow. So only through meditation you are able to make your mind work according to your body, and that's how you perform so many things at a time. You're always energetic, and whatever challenges are there, you always overcome those challenges smoothly, and you do all your work properly and easily. So that's really motivating for yourself, and unless you are not motivated, you can't motivate others also. So it's really very important.
There is a book called Mind to Matter. Mind to Matter by Dawson Church.
Yes, Mind to Matter. Exactly.
Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. I say the book of 21st century, which fundamentally, where science is so much required for the rational mind, Dr. Dawson Church has done a tremendous job for scientific understanding and explanations in every aspect of life, that how meditation is helping, in establishing peace in the world, taking care of yourself, become positive, growing your career, creating something, healing yourself, or building a relationship. Every aspect it touched with explanation, with case studies. That's a book that I hope that you'll recommend to all your students.
Yeah, sure, I will do that. And I am reading a lot of all these books. I keep reading that. But the one what you have recommended, definitely I'll refer it to. First, I'll read myself, and then I'll definitely read.
We gave a list of 25 books in this program on day 4. which are mind-blowing books in this field of
Yes.
spiritual science and meditations, right? So I hope you have that list to look through. And one of them
Yes.
is Dawson Church. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. And one last question. What kind of research are you doing in the field of meditation?
Yes,
Thank
like
you for
we did
coming
that.
and presenting a paper in GCML for us.
Yeah, I'm just doing the advanced research. The initial research, what I did, where I have presented my research paper on the impact of meditation in education. So this is basically, and it's still people think that education is only related to academics and books only, that you have to score well and you have to get a good job or something. Meditation is not needed in these. I think it's still a myth. Meditation is equally important, and I think it should be started at the school level only. It's not about yoga only, it's about other activities also. The mindful activities should also be important, that students should always be encouraged to perform. And so it's really very important and motivating for them. So other extracurricular activities should always be emphasized upon, because it actually helps the students for their holistic development. So we really need to work on their overall development, their personality, their communication, their perception, their views, everything that matters. And yeah, because I'm associated with, of course, the higher education institutes mostly. So we are running a lot of all these value-based and these mindful-based programs also, where spirituality and these, this is really very important, these meditations. So we encourage students to perform well in all walks of their career, provided they should be mentally and emotionally also strong. So we are preparing them, we are grooming them, and it's only through meditation, through all these counselings, we are making them better person. So it's really very important. So that's the research we are doing at a higher level also now. Now, after judging the research, the impact of how impactful it is, the meditation, we are marking that the usefulness and how this can actually be employable also, because students are more concerned of their employment opportunities. They rather, especially at the professional courses, they enroll themselves to that course only, which actually can help them to get some employment opportunities. So we are encouraging, and we are doing a lot of research on that also. So we are doing a lot of surveys also to the companies and the corporates also. We are connecting that what sort of students are the employees, the freshers, do they want? Do they just want the academicians only, or someone who has scored 95 or something, or someone who has done reasonably well in the academics, but who has good problem solving skills, leadership skills, their communication skills, their personalities and everything, their views. So psychometric tests and everything, we are preparing them to clear that exams also. So this is where we are helping. And this, because at corporate level also, it's really very important. They want such perfect people who are really professional and who have full control on their mind, their body language, their thinking abilities, their critical thinking. So we are developing all these skills also in them.
Thank you. Yes. I think employability is a very important aspect of many student community take. First, recognition, second, employability. Kiran, you need to make me co-host, man. My dear brother, please make me co-host. Yes. So I'd like Raja Iyengar to be put onto the panel. So thank you. I think a lot of organizations are requiring mindfulness. They are considering at the resume, if you put mindfulness meditation, it's an added field.
Qualification, yeah.
Yes. Here I have Raji Iyengar, who is another master leader, who is, I'm sure when she hired people, has looked at and said, oh, they're meditators. Okay, so there is an extra advantage here in having them in my team. So let's invite Raji Iyengar to share her experience here. Yes.
And one more problem actually gets resolved. Normally, when these corporates, they hire HR people, personals, and they groom you first. They spend like 6 months or something, or then they have all these grievances, the HR issues. But when we prepare at the college level only all these things, then there won't be such hassles. They'll be more adjusting also, students would be, and these grievances, the HR issues, the people issues won't be there that much. So there'll be more retention and less attrition and less movement. So I think this is really very important. And the personality development and the confidence, there's so many things what we actually can groom them at their education, at the college level only. So when they get an employment, then they don't have to face all these challenges. So it's really very
Sure.
important.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Pleasure. It
Thank
was
you.
pleasure
Yes.
talking to you in such a morning time, beautiful weather we have. And I really want you should come around sometime at a beautiful campus also. And we can have such mindful activities and these spiritual classes here on the campus also.
May. Hope to meet you in May. We moved up schedule by 2 weeks out. So May will meet
Sure.
you. Okay. Thank you.
No, definitely. I really look forward to meet you, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you, sir.
Krishnan.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think next we have Miss Raji Anger, ma'am. Welcome. She's a Chief Growth Officer at Quantum Coherence Technologies. She boasts about 37 years of IT industry robust experience, having held leadership roles in multiple MNCs and startups across Asia Pacific. A strong advocate for meditation, she's been practicing for over 10 years. And Raji is joyfully married with 2 children, 2 grandchildren, and a grandcat, balancing her personal and professional life with serenity and purpose. Welcome, Raji, ma'am. Over to you, sir.
Hi, Raji. Nice to see you here.
My pleasure, Chandra. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to share experiences when it comes to meditation, particularly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please share.
So-
So where we left there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, please share. Yes.
Sure. So friends, I have been meditating for some time, as Sonal just shared, and there are several different kinds of experiences. So I'll start with my physical portion part of experience. You heard this from many people earlier too, how the benefits are there in your health improvement physically. So I used to have a lot of headaches and vertigo and blackouts. So much so that, in the middle of a meeting, there are times when I've just blacked out and the client or customers, very surprised what's happened. And so it used to be really bad. Without a warning, I just black out and have these vertigo episodes. All that is something that is way past in my future. I mean, in my past, sorry. So no more such blackouts, no more such headaches, no more such vertigo issues. So a lot of benefit from the physical aspect of it. The emotional aspect of it has been, again, tremendous when it comes to in the work environment also. Become more collaborative, understanding of different cultures. So as Sonal just introduced me, so I've been in some leadership positions in Asia Pacific and Japan in a couple of multinationals. And you know how it is when you're working with different countries, different cultures, you need to be sensitive to how people express their emotions. Each country in Southeast Asia, whether it's Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, they're all different, culturally very different. They express, they communicate slightly differently. Their body language is different. That's as far as Southeast Asia is concerned. Now, when you look at the other parts of Asia, Australia, Korea, Japan, all very, very culturally different. So if you're in a leadership position, and if you're not sensitive to that culture, then it becomes very difficult, both for yourself as well as for your team. So meditation sort of helped me center myself to a point, that I could be sensitive to that. So this, like I said, this is more and more important when you're in leadership positions, either in a regional place or in in a global location, a global role. Even within India, if you look at it, I mean, every state is different, right? Every state has a beautiful culture. So talking to people, being sensitive of that always helps. Being mindful of that always helps. So meditation has definitely centered me from that point of view. On a personal level, again, from an intuitivity point of view and a creativity point of view. I didn't ever think I was creative before, but I've taken to painting in the last, couple of years, and I can tell you that it's a sheer joy. Now, each painting I paint now, to the person who sees it, it may not be a great one. But to me, the joy that it gives, that every painting I churn out, I think I'm the master in painting. So again, meditation has brought in that aspect of creativity, apart from the professional and personal health benefits that I would say. So that's been excellent. I want to actually spend some time on the manifestation and visualization aspect of meditation. And some of you are going through that course now. Do pay attention and do follow this, because this is so powerful, and this works. So again, from my career perspective, whether it is, what role I wanted, what location I wanted the role to be in, what designation I wanted, to the point of what band of salary that I'm expecting. All this, and I'm not kidding, all this has been beautifully played out in my career with this manifestation. So please, do this very sincerely and follow it. It's beautiful, really. On the personal side, I've shared this before also, the personal side, on the manifestation side, as again Sonal mentioned, I'm a grandmother of 2 beautiful grandchildren and a grandcat. But on the first delivery of my daughter, so, I was in Pyramid Valley at that time, meditating and doing this manifestation session in Pyramid Valley. And if you haven't visited, you must go there. And I did visualize what the delivery of my grandchild is going to be, and my entire family being there with her during the delivery time. And whether that was possible or not, that thought didn't even occur to me. I just saw this, that we would all be together there and be part of that, the first birth of a grandchild, which is a beautiful thing. So, and it happened exactly to the T. So again, a wonderful manifestation experience on my daughter's delivery. At one point, now this may sound a bit crazy, but at one point of time, I think I was even talking to the child in my daughter's womb. So, there was some kind of connection and communication. So yeah, I'll leave that aside for more personal chats. So that's great. So that part of manifestation was great. The other thing, if you've heard even Patriji talking about, the negative thoughts, positive thoughts, and then how the miraculous thoughts. And this again for me has worked beautifully. And I'll give you some very mundane day-to-day examples. There are times when I wanted to travel, from Bangalore to Bombay or either ways. And suddenly, you'll see, when these days in online booking, you'll see the prices going crazy, really high. And there are times when I've actually visualized or wanted the price to be in a certain bracket. And within that short bracket that I say I want the price to be, suddenly this price pops up. Now, again, this may sound, unbelievable to people, but all this I can tell you is possible. And I have got this kind of flights and this kind of tickets, and unbelievable. People would say, "Oh, really? You got it at this?" And so that way. Last, I would just say that it definitely makes you more energetic. So I'm all of 62 years old, looking forward to always being with my grandchildren, and that takes a lot of mental energy and physical energy to be with little children. And I can tell you that this has made me very, very energetic. Look forward to life in every aspect of life. So I can go on and on, but yeah, these have been some of the few experiences and benefits of meditation.
What are you doing currently?
So currently I'm working with quantum coherence technologies, as Sonal introduced me. So we are now taking meditation to corporates. Now, why is this important? Now, as again, Sonal, in her introduction, she mentioned. So I have been meditating. I've been in corporates, and I've had a little background to astronomy and astrophysics, and quantum physics absolutely appeals to me. The science behind meditation appeals to me. So I strongly believe that this is something that needs to be taken to corporates, because a lot of stress and anxiety that we talk about starts, at the office level, and then it's sometimes seen on the roads during traffic and road rage and all that, and then that same anxiety and stress is brought home. It enters your house, your bedroom, with your children, your spouse. So why don't we try and nip that in the bud? Why don't we have this solved at the corporate level? Now, again, when you say stress and anxiety, that may sound very generic, but what we've done now in quantum coherence technologies is that we have an app now, and I'll come to that in a bit. We take this to corporates and contextualize it based on their industry. Let me just give you a short example of what I'm trying to say here. We're trying to tell people in the organization that it's great to sit and meditate together as a cohort, either in the same business unit or across business functions. I'll take an example of, let's say, if you're working in an automotive industry, and there are people in the manufacturing floor, their kind of stress level to meet up to, timelines and deadlines every day is very different compared to a person who's at the dealer or the sales and distribution place, or for the supply chain and logistics people. Now, stress, it's common stress, but the reasons behind the stress is very different. So when these groups, cross-functional groups, come together and meditate together as a cohort, they become more empathetic. The person who's made a commitment to a customer and a dealer organization from a company saying that, yes, your vehicle will be ready, I'm happy to take the order, you'll get delivery in 1 month. And then later in the back end, in the manufacturing side, they're saying, no, it's not going to be ready because the suppliers of, so it's a big value chain, right? So our suppliers are saying that the material is not going to be ready for whatever reason, whatever reasons in the supply chain logistics that's got, there's a problem there, it's going to be delayed. Now, typically a person in sales, and I've been in sales, and you're very, very not empathetic towards your colleague in that function. You say, hey, I've taken the order from my customer, come what may, I need that, Whereas when you sit and meditate in a group, in cross function, you become more empathetic. You understand that, there are true reasons why that person can't get the vehicle out of the factory in time. So these are things which are very important. Now, manufacturing was just one unit, one example that I took, but you take any function, whether it is lawyers, whether it is auditors, whether it is a TV channel. The other day we were talking to a TV channel, about the importance of meditation. Now, there again, there are people in front of the camera. There are so many people behind the camera scenes, right? Including the cameraman, of course, but the editors, the sound guys, the light person. So all of them, it takes a whole lot of, people to put together a great program. What you see is maybe just the front end person, in the channel, news channel or whatever, but there's a lot. So again, people to come together and understand each other's roles, each other's functions, each other's challenges and their roles is very important. So from a corporate point of view, that's very, very important. The other day, just one short example, I'll say, we did this meditation session with an animation company. Now, an animation company, there are different artists, and each artist is great, right? But when they sit and meditate together, the creativity part increases. Again, the collaborative part. So in animation, there are a set of people who are designing, sketching, making the actual sketches. Then there are people who are putting it together, rendering it, the video rendering part, and then putting out there. So again, different roles and responsibilities, and they found that meditating together was good. So, and they do that once a week. 1 hour a day. Invariably, they put it in their calendar. They do that. Now I'll come to the app. Now, when we go and talk to corporates, it's a wow factor. We do meditation with them for 20-30 minutes in a 1 hour session of talking to them. It's always great. All of us felt great today, right? But how do you sustain this? We don't want this to be a one-off wow factor. Invariably, when HR invites for, they all have a bucket for wellness. for their employees. So, but it shouldn't be just a tick in the box, right? You should sustain this. Now, what we are offering or what we're taking to corporates is an experiential thing. Now, that experience can only come if you practice, if you sustain the practice. So here is an app that will help you to practice every day. So the app is it's called Be Supermind. It's on Android and on iOS. So this is a very, very comprehensive app. I know there are many apps out in the market. And in fact, the other day I was talking to someone and they said, what is a USP? And we have so much competition. And I said, no, there's no competition. There are many apps and there are many people who practice and promote meditation. To us, they are all, it's a common alliance. The more the meditators, the merrier it is in the world, right? So there's no competition here. But just to talk about the app, it's a very comprehensive one. There are modules, there are courses, day-wise. It's a very structured course. Then there is, of course, meditation tracks and, meditation timer. There are wisdom notes, which is so important. You would have heard that in the program, how reading and wisdom is very important. So that's included. There are notes where you can take down notes. And most, interesting part is the AI chatbot, which we call as Sage, which will intuitively tell you and pull out the right kind of meditation that you should do based on what you want to do. For instance, if I say, today I can't focus in my work, so it'll pull out the right, quantum focus. Or if you feel that, I'm having problem with relationships, then it pulls out quantum, growth and collaboration and those kind of quantum connects. So there are different programs and courses in that. So very, very comprehensive. I would say it's very excited and bringing all these aspects of my past 35 years of physics and corporate and meditation. It's truly joyful to be in this space right now.
Who's behind this app?
You.
Who are the people?
Sorry, yeah. So we have the CEO is Sai Sagar, sir, and the CTO is Rakesh, we all know. So, and the team, we have about 24 people in the team, very enthusiastic. And by the way, every morning before we start our daily stand-up call, we all meditate for 15 to 20 minutes before we actually get into, asking what's the plan for the day and what you've done yesterday, etc. So it's a fantastic team. We are based out of Bangalore, and intense. And Radhika is our product owner. She is based in the US. So fantastic inputs from her and guidance from her to the product team. So we have Vidya and we have people in the content side churning out content. Now again, content is very, very important in this kind of thing. You can't just keep talking about, okay, it's going to reduce anxiety, it's going to reduce stress, right? Like I said, we have to keep it relevant to the corporate. So what is it that the quantum coherence brings in? What exactly is coherence? How the alignment of basically getting quantum coherence aligning with every subatomic particle in your body. So all this is important. So we have a great team really in putting this together. So we keep improving on the products. So watch out for this. And please, if you know of anyone within your network of family, friends, who is in corporate and who's looking for something like this, even if they're not looking for it, do let us know if you have a good connect, because it's important. This is something that's required out there in the marketplace. Yeah.
Thank you, Haji, for bringing your experiences so beautifully here, making it very, very relevant to most of us who are there, as in the mid-management and senior management. That's what helps. Dr. Suchi talked about what's required for students. I'm talking about what's required for leadership. And I'm really, really, really deeply thankful to you for joining us in this team. And this company, which is essentially an inspiration deeply from Patrisa, and then a deep amount of expertise in meditation practice by Sai Rakesh, and all that Buddha has got to offer. We're putting it all together towards corporate work, making it special, making it very relevant for each industry, the way you talked about it, the cases. And so, yes, and it is a life cycle around breath meditation. It's not a marketplace where you got to figure out and say which meditation, which music, which talk, how is it relevant, all that. It is a life cycle. So somebody comes there with a stressful mind, become a super mind. They go through various stages of mindsets. And so thanks for taking it forward. I'm very sure that this app is there. And I was there touching it with Jayshree Madam was talking about this in and Anjanaji in Dubai. And the interest level is absolutely there of what all it can do. SMBs was large enterprises. So thank you. We'll have more information. So please come back and keep talking about it in various circles.
Sure,
Okay.
Chandra. I just wanted to add, which many of them have already mentioned, that I think what the success of this is going to be and is and was for me also is the simplicity of the meditation practice. It's that anapanasati of just simple observation. That's the more simple it is, the more easier it is for people to do it, right? So that's it. I can go on with.
Yes, Sonali.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, we didn't give a break. We have 7:50 announcements.
No announcements, sir. It was great listening to you, Raju ma'am. Finally, we got the schedules together. So thank you
Yeah, thank you.
for coming over. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So thank you, dear
Thank you.
friends. We are here. I said we'll have to listen to you. So tomorrow onwards, it has to be listening to you, no more from external sources. So hopefully, we have 3 more days left. So it's been a wonderful opportunity for every member of Buddha Quantum Foundation to be giving this, sharing this time with you all. And some in Dubai, it starts at 4:30. They start at 4:30 a.m. First thing in the morning at 4:30, giving time to us and to come together and meditate, to make so much beautiful vibration out there. So we really feel so honored to be doing this together with you. So we'll look forward to bringing up 2-3 more topics, some simple topics about how service really can help evolve from ourselves individually. In our practice, if we add service, meditation service, how it can evolve as an individual significantly. That's what helped me significantly. That's what Sonalji is loving, and then she seems to thrive in doing the service and helping others. So we'll talk about those concepts next couple of days, but listen to a lot of your experiences. So thank you very much. See you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful. Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful. So I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Okay, friends. There is no Q&A for today. Bye, everyone. Let us meet in the tomorrow.